Don't tell me you went home already.
Good evening, Miss Rosemary. No, I haven't gone home just yet.
Obtuse and stupid as always, I see. By the way, I left some of your documents I need finished by tomorrow somewhere near your desk. I trust you went through those?
What? Near my desk? Could you be more specific, please?
I'm pretty certain I left them right next to it. What? Don't tell me you didn't go through them. You see, this is what I mean when I talked about time. You gotta manage, damn it. This is such an inconvenience. You're so useless, Veronica. Do your work properly.
I'm sorry, but I don't know which documents you're talking about. Could you tell me which ones you mean?
Did you look around your desk, yes or no? And the trash can?
Oh, jeez, it was in the trash can.
Just as I thought, throwing away such important documents without so much as a bat on an eyelash. Unbelievable.
But I didn't throw it out. I would never throw out any documents without anyone's permission.
What are you trying to say?
Miss Rosemary, did you really leave these documents near my desk? I'm certain that a quick glance at them would have been enough to realize what they were. But they weren't on my desk or near it anywhere. They were instead in the trash can. Do you know anything?
Don't tell me you're suspicious of me. This is so ridiculous. You suspect your own superior at work of foul play? Do you realize how rude you are right now?
If I'm wrong, I apologize. I'm sorry.
You know, I would never do such a thing. You put them in the trash can yourself and then tried to make it so that someone else did it. You're rotten down to the core, Veronica.
Down to my core, rotten?
You have an unattractive face on top of a despicable personality. It's really hard to be your superior, honestly.
I'm sorry, but you need not have gone into that territory, Miss Rosemary.
What have we here? Talking back to your superior, are we?
That's not what I'm doing here, Miss Rosemary, but I'm still a newcomer in the office. And I'm so grateful for you showing me around the workplace and teaching me how to do my job properly. But if someone remarks something negative about how I look, how do I say this? There's not much I can do to change that, and it only hurts my feelings, so I'd appreciate it if you stopped.
You know I'm only speaking the truth. The mere fact that an ugly swine shows up to work in the secretary division makes everyone's morale drop to an all-time low. We don't need ugly swine around here. Don't come to work again.
You need not say such things, Miss Rosemary. I'm only trying to do my best for the company, as you know.
Trying to do your best? You've got some guts saying that when you haven't even gone through the documents that need to be finished by tomorrow.
These weren't even on my desk, as we discovered. Perhaps a little heads up during the day wouldn't hurt. And this sort of mishap can be avoided in the future, I believe.
That tongue of yours is still live? Sounds like you're putting the blame on me.
I haven't typed a word with that intention.
And I also know this. The vice director of the company has taken a liking to you.
What?
Taking a liking to you. When you're nothing but a hideous hag. How did you do it? Use your body, I suppose.
I must ask you to stop saying these things, Miss Rosemary. Perhaps the reason why you're being so mean to me is because of what's going on with the vice director?
I'm not even being mean to you, Veronica. No wonder you're so stupid. You can't even understand a person right. But someone saw you walking alongside the vice director a couple days back, and then I got depressed.
Why is that?
The vice director is a handsome young man who can do his job properly. He's like a rock star to us all. He's not the kind of person to keep all to yourself. And then there's you, a plain dull woman. I really can't understand why he's taken a liking to you. In any case, I know you're never letting him out of your sight. Like some disgusting stalker. Could you stop doing such things? You're ruining the division's reputation with stupidity like that.
I don't have any intention of doing such actions.
Perhaps not, but never forget that you're being a nuisance to us all. Not just the vice director himself, but everyone working in the secretary division. You've no idea how much of an obstacle it is to have to work with someone we know is giving everyone a hard time. How about you start accounting for how everyone else feels about this?
I didn't realize everyone regarded the vice director that way, so I'm sorry to have caused the trouble. So in other words, you don't approve of me being seen with the vice director, am I right, Miss Rosemary?
Not just me, damn it. Everyone doesn't approve, Veronica. He himself must be feeling really bothered by this. And also, why in the world were you with him in the first place? You went up to meet with him after work. What the hell were you doing with him?
We went out to dinner, actually. We do that sometimes since we do live together, too.
Are you pulling my leg? Or has that loose screw of yours finally popped out of its little crevice?
No, it's the cold truth, I'm afraid. We do live together, so in the event we get off work around the same time, we go someplace to eat before going back home.
What are you trying to tell me? There's no friggin' way the vice director would yield to a stupid, simple woman like you. So you really are a stalker, eh? You sneak into his house every night and you sleep in the same house as him, eh?
Do my looks really give off that kind of vibe? However, I do agree with you. Compared to the vice director, I may look pretty simple. My brother's been under the spotlight since time immemorial, after all.
Huh? Brother? What?
The vice director is my older brother, Miss Rosemary. Our parents divorced when we were very young, so we have different surnames. But we were of the same family name, once upon a time. After I came back from studying abroad, I've been renting a room of his, and that's why we're living together. My father seems to rest easier like that, apparently.
Oh, hold on a second. You're the little sister of the vice director, Veronica.
Yes, I am. We don't look alike at all, do we?
And in other words, you're the director's daughter?
Well, I suppose you could say that, yes. My biological father and I haven't really lived together very much, so I don't really think of him as my true father yet. But it was because of him and my brother that I was able to start working as soon as I came back from abroad. I can't forget my gratitude, can I?
Why did you keep quiet about that?
I didn't think I could show everyone that I'm truly capable of, and I thought people would look at me differently if I joined the company because the director himself pulled some strings. But I'd forgotten that my brother's quite the rock star, especially among the ladies, as you say. But don't worry, we aren't anything like you claim us to be.
Oh, I'm not worried at all, miss. About tomorrow's documents, I can check them over first thing tomorrow morning. You need not stay late tonight to do any extra work, miss. Go home for the day, please. I'm sure the vice director is starting to get a little worried about you.
I'm on my way home right now, actually, Miss Rosemary. The vice director was so kind as to help me go over the documents with me. And you need not do it tomorrow morning.
What? The vice director did? Don't tell me. You didn't blab anything about me to him, did you? You didn't tell him that I made you do them, right?
I didn't. I merely told him that they somehow wound up in the trash can and that they weren't finished yet.
Oh, thank God. And it's not like I put them there, you know. There wasn't much space to put them, so they may have fallen into the trash can on their own. I'm sorry, Miss Veronica.
I didn't think that you'd offer me an apology, Miss Rosemary. That was the last thing I expected.
But of course I would. It was never anyone's mistake, and you left for home pretty late tonight. And that's made me feel sorry for you and for the vice director.
Is that so? Who would have thought that your attitude would change this much? What a surprise.
But I haven't changed attitudes at all, Miss Veronica. Could I ask a small favor of you, if you're all right with it? I'd like you to recommend me to your brother. Romantically, of course.
Excuse me? Why would I do that?
This is something I shouldn't really say to the younger sister of the man in question here, but I've been a fangirl of his ever since I joined the Enterprise. So I'd love for you to let him know about me so that we could maybe go out to dinner together.
Dinner with my brother, you mean?
Indeed, and if it's not too much to ask, I don't mind going over to your place for some time together. You're invited, of course. You could be my future little sister, after all. And I've always had this feeling that the vice director is only ever kind to me in particular. And I don't think it's wishful thinking, so if I just had to chance, things for us could go pretty well. And thus I must call for you to help me out. Perhaps you could be the matchmaker for the two of us and arrange something.
My brother is with me right now, and he just said that it really is wishful thinking, Miss Rosemary.
What? Wait, hold on. What do you mean? Your brother is the vice director, right?
Yes, he is. He's been reading our conversation in DMs for a while now.
What? Didn't you say you never told him anything, Miss Veronica?
I didn't tell him, Miss Rosemary, but I was crying as I was staring at my screen, so he went and saw what was happening without even asking.
What? You can't mean that he's seeing all of this too, right?
Yes, he is.
Mr. Director, this isn't what you think. It's a misunderstanding.
What's a misunderstanding, Miss Rosemary? You don't mean the fact that you just call me stuff like ugly swine and hideous bag, and that you brutally harass me at work every day, forcing me to do more work?
Oh, Veronica dear, don't go about saying such silly things. You'll only make things worse, you know, and it's not like I wanted to do those things.
You're the only one who went to such extremes, though, you see.
It's not what you think. All I ever wanted was to educate you to become a good secretary. I never meant for those things to be personal insults. And I sure as hell never intended to harass you, not in the slightest.
I've taken the liberty of witnessing everything that has transpired tonight between you and my sister, Miss Rosemary.
Pardon me? Is that you, Mr. Vice Director?
The fact that my sister is still a newcomer here is no excuse for what I now know you did to her. Insulting her regarding her looks, forcing more work upon her, and making her stay working until late at night. Until now, she hasn't breathed a word, but I finally know who had the audacity to do these things.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Vice Director. I never knew she was your sister.
Who cares if it was my sister or not? You are a despicable human being, Miss Rosemary Floyd. Throwing important documents away voluntarily is another crime to your pile. This will be taken to Human Resources promptly.
Mr. Vice Director, please wait a moment. I really am terribly sorry. I had no malice aforethought. I assure you.
It's over for you, Rosemary. Your charm as a woman and as a human being is zilch. Never interact with me or with my sister ever again!
The vice director of the company loves his sister Veronica very dearly and never allows any harm to come to her, and strictly punishes those who did. And Miss Rosemary was no exception. He never had any of her excuses, never forgave her, and promptly arranged for her to be moved to a subsidiary company in building maintenance. Rosemary's salary dwindled to something much smaller, and she was thrown into a working society dominated by men. Away from the brilliant office life of the secretary in training, and because of mounting pressure from the vice director, Rosemary's father eventually quit his job at his own company. An angry brother can be as strong as a lion, it seems.
Karen in the first place. Now that I'm divorced from Harry, I'm free from all of the pain. I'm glad that I didn't spend the rest of my life being married to a total fraud. I hope that Harry spends the rest of his life regretting his poor choices, and he better pay me alimony no matter how long it takes.
Mia, what's this about you coming to visit this weekend? I don't remember giving my permission for you to come. What do you even want? This isn't a holiday coming up, so there's no reason for you to lounge around my house. Don't you understand that you are just a stranger? You can't just pop by every time you feel like it. You should be more considerate about other people's convenience, you know. Stranger? I get that you don't like me, but I've been married to Tom for 3 years now. You could at least accept that I'm your daughter-in-law. Anyway, it's not like I decided that I wanted to visit either. I already know that my presence bothers you, so if I could avoid going, I would. I'm just visiting because I've been invited to come, and it would be rude to keep on declining. Can't we at least be civil for the sake of the loved ones around us? Tom says that he wants to watch the baseball game with his dad, and I'm just tagging along because Ted wants to see me too. Is it really that big a deal? I would understand the overreaction if I was bothering you every weekend, but I've tried to keep my distance in my own way, and I've only gone to visit when Ted really insists that I come see you both. Even then, you still make a fuss about how I'm being so selfish and how I'm in the way. In the first place, I don't understand why you hate me so much and what I've done wrong. I've tried to be as sympathetic as possible, but to be honest, it's getting really tiring. The problem is that you don't know your place. I don't like the fact that you act as though you're part of our family when you come to visit, even though you don't belong here. You need to be more aware of the fact that you are just a stranger. And yet you come to my house, eat the food I've prepared as though it's all a matter of course. Even though the food I have made is meant for family, not for outsiders like you. It annoys me to no end that you think you can waltz and lounge around my house as though it's your own. I don't understand the nerve. How on earth your parents raised you, I have no idea. But they've clearly failed to raise you into a responsible and considerate adult. I wish I could give them a tip or two about how they should have brought you up, but even if I did that, it's much too late. No amount of discipline can change your horrible attitude now.
I think it's weirder that you refuse to accept me as part of your family, even though I'm married to your son. I thought marriage was supposed to bring people, two families, together. Not make me feel as though I'm unworthy of being treated equally. What do you expect me to do? I've offered to help out with the cooking before, but you refuse to let me touch anything as though I'm contaminated or something. So what should I try next? Bring my own packed lunch when we're supposed to be having a family dinner? Should I sit on the floor instead of sitting at the table when we're eating? If that'll please you, I'd be happy to do so. It'd be a lot easier to do all those things instead of having to suffer the silent treatment and glares you give me. But I'm sure that doing those things will raise a lot of eyebrows among the other family members that are attending, and Ted is much too kind to let me do any of that. So I think your only choice is to accept that I'm family and try to get along with me like I've been trying to do with you. Let's be civil, for Tom and Ted's sake.
Why can't you understand that your defiant attitude is the problem? You're always so sarcastic and bossy, and it gets on my nerves. You need to show more respect towards your elders, especially to the mother of your own husband.
If we're talking about sarcastic and bossy, I think you'd win by a mile.
That's the attitude I'm talking about. You should listen to yourself speak. I've never met someone with so much cheek. On top of that, you're always turning up with Tom and getting in the way of our family time. Why can't you let him come home to visit by himself and leave us in peace? Don't you feel guilty for coming between a mother and her son? Honestly, the way you act tells me that the only thing you think about is yourself. You are a selfish woman, and I knew it was a mistake to let Tom marry you.
I know that you don't want me visiting, so I try and avoid going as much as I can, too. But whenever I say that I can't make it to a dinner or a gathering, Ted always offers to change the date to one that's more convenient for me, saying that he wants everyone included. If you want me to stop coming, I hope you understand that you'll have to explain why I can't come to your husband first. Unlike you, he actually treats me like an actual daughter and wants to see all of us together. The more I say no to Ted, the more he worries that I don't feel welcome, which is actually true, but of course, I don't have the heart to tell that to his face. He's not the reason why I don't feel like I belong with you at all. And Melissa is a great little sister. She is the best sister-in-law I could have ever hoped for, and she seems like she's really fond of me too. I consider you all an important part of my life with Tom, and I want to spend time with Ted and Melissa too. I don't see why there's a problem with me visiting every now and again.
I'm telling you that you're not just visiting my home. You're getting in the way of my quality time with my family. You should be more aware of the trouble you're causing us. You're just a stranger, so don't act so friendly with my husband and daughter. You can't seriously think that they actually like you. They just say all those things because they have to keep up appearances. You don't even understand that, do you? So you think that you can barge your way into my home on the weekend? Don't make me repeat myself. You don't belong here. You've got nerve, thinking that you have the right to invade our personal space.
I understand that you really aren't listening to anything I say, and don't even care to try. If you really don't want me visiting your home this weekend, I'll try and figure out a way to avoid it. I'll have to talk to Tom, and he'll most likely be disappointed that I can't come with him.
but I'll find a way for him to visit without me going with him. He was saying that he might want to drink while watching the game, so I was going to go with him so I could drive him home, but I guess that's out of the question. Don't talk about him like he's a child. He can get there without your help. And of course he can drink all he wants. He was living here until he left for university, and his room is still available for him to sleep in. He can stay the night. This is Tom's home, not yours. It's a matter of course for him to come home, but there's no space for you to stay. I don't care what excuse you make, but I don't want you coming here. I don't remember giving birth to you, so I have no obligation to treat you like a daughter. You may be married to Tom, but that doesn't make any difference. I never liked you, and don't plan on trying. My son deserves much better, so if anything, he should just stay here where he belongs, not with you.
I don't remember being raised by someone so overbearing either. I understand that you love Tom, but I love him too, and he chose to marry me, so you should respect his wishes too. I think that includes wanting us to get along.
I don't care about your reasoning. Tom clearly isn't thinking straight if he's chosen to spend the rest of his life with a woman like you. Anyway, I don't want you coming this weekend, but don't you dare talk to my husband behind my back. You'll regret it.
How am I supposed to explain the reason why I can't come if I don't talk to him?
You don't have to tell him. Just don't turn up. It's that simple. I don't know what you did to make him like you so much, but I'm sure that doing something like that will make it easier for him to realize that he made a mistake to trust you. It's been annoying seeing how doting he is of you, and I wish he would see that you're no good for Tom. I don't want you saying a word to Ted about anything I've said. I'm warning you. It'll be a pain if he starts thinking that I'm bullying you, or being mean when I'm just trying to fix that warped personality of yours.
I think anyone would agree that you're bullying me if they saw this conversation.
What did you say? I have done my best with you, and you dare say that I'm bullying you? You're such an ungrateful young woman. Really, what does Tom see in you?
No, it's nothing. I know that you're doing your best. Anyway, I'll talk to Tom about this weekend, so please don't get that upset. I won't talk to Ted either, and I'll have Tom give him an excuse for why I'm not with him. I understand that it's difficult for you to like me, but I'm trying my best to get on with you as well. Tom wishes we could be closer, but if we could at least accept each other's importance to him, I think it could be easier. Well, I'll have Tom let you know what happens. You know the trip to your parents' house we were planning for this weekend? I think I'll pass after all.
Huh? But I thought we already decided we would go together. Why did you change your mind all of a sudden? Did something come up at work? If it's not work, could you reschedule whatever it is for another day? I already told my dad that you're coming, so I can't tell him that you changed your mind. You know that he's really fond of you, and he'll be really disappointed if he hears you can't come this time either. And you know that it's important we see them this weekend.
I know he is. And I'm really happy that he's always so generous towards me. He and your sister always make me feel like I've actually joined your family, and I love them like my own family too. It's not work. It's just that your mom found out that I'm coming with you, and she started messaging me again. Your mom doesn't make any effort to change, even though I'm doing my best to be really patient with her. I think it's best to just keep my distance and let her have her territory. It's pretty obvious that I'm not wanted there, and I can't enjoy myself, let alone relax, if she's always so cold towards me. I want to get on better with her, but no matter what I do or say, she's always so critical and finds a problem to complain about. It's worse that she gets so jealous about me talking with Ted and Mel so normally.
Don't let her bother you so much. You've got all of us backing you up if she ever crosses the line. And besides, she's all bark and no bite. At the very least, she's been pretending to get along with you when you're with all of us, hasn't she? She cares too much about appearances to make a fuss in front of Dad.
Yeah, that's true. She's always making nasty comments when she messages me,
but her personality changes completely when I meet her in person. It really makes me feel uneasy. And it makes it even more difficult to show you how horrible she really is to me. It's like it's all just my imagination until we leave and she starts messaging me about the things she must have been bursting to complain about.
You can always show me your conversations, you know? It'll make it easier for me to tell her to stop if I know exactly what she's saying to you. I don't know what she always messages you about, but she must just be craving attention. I know that you've already spent a lot of time trying to get to know her and find something you have in common, but she probably needs more time to accept that she doesn't have me to herself. She was always really overprotective of me, and now that she's feeling lonely, she's probably taking it out on you. That's not your fault, and it's wrong of her to do that. So if she does say anything when we go this weekend, tell me. I'll stop her, and won't let her say anything to you. So don't worry. You don't even have to talk to her. You can spend the day with me and Dad, and Mel will be there in the evening, so you can have her stick with you too. Also, I was hoping that we could take it easy and have a few drinks, so we might end up spending the night. Do you think you'll be okay with that?
What? You want to spend the night? No way! Even if there was a 1 in a million chance I'd be okay with it, there's no way your mom would be. Tom, I don't want to stay the night. I can already imagine the mood she'll be in the morning, and the way she'll grumble about the crease on my PJs, or that I used too much toothpaste, or that I didn't wake up early enough to help with making breakfast. I can't get anything right with her.
Please, Mia, I'm begging you. It's the first game of the season, and I don't want to miss it. Dad and I have been looking forward to this for months. I want to watch until the end, and I'll be drinking, so I can't drive us home. It'll be easier to just stay the night. Please? I won't make you come with me the next time I go to visit. You just have to visit this time, so we can give them the news.
I'll go. But I'll drive us home. That's what I always end up doing anyway. This time is no different to every other visit we've made.
You know why I don't want to make you do that. You'll be just as tired as I'll be. Maybe even more because of my mom's attitude, and because you're moving around for 2. Plus, the game might continue until late, and by the time it's over, it'll be pitch black outside. I don't want to risk anything, especially not now. You understand that, right?
Yeah, I know why you're worried. I don't want to risk anything either. Alright, then will you promise me this? If your mom starts picking a fight, will you please come between us? I don't think I can handle any more stress from her. Even if I try and ignore her, she just starts name-calling and accusing me of being disrespectful. So you've got to stop her before I actually lose my temper with her.
Of course I won't. Leave it all to me. Even if she's my mom, I can't let her keep on hurting your feelings like this. She's got to understand that you deserve her respect too.
Thank you, honey. If you're that sure, then I'll trust you and I'll just focus on announcing the news on Sunday morning.
Are you an idiot? What the hell is wrong with you?
I think that's my line. I can't believe you would do something so stupid. I always thought that the way you were so two-faced towards me was off, but I never thought you would go this far. I hope you understand that I am never going back to your house ever again. I never want to see your face. I'm going home.
Go home for all I care. I'm glad you finally understand. You were never welcome here in the first place. There's no place for you here. Not for a woman like you, who thinks that she can use this house like it's her own home. You've got the audacity to lounge around my house. Who do you think you are? You better leave while my husband and son are still watching the game on TV. Honestly, there's something wrong with you. How you can walk around like you own the place is beyond me.
Excuse me? You're the one that's got something wrong with her. Do you even realize what you've done?
What did you say? How dare you speak to me like that? I deserve respect. I am your husband's mother. You can't talk to me like that. Take that back right now.
Respect? You think you deserve respect after the way you've treated me these past few years?
after what you've done tonight? Respect is something that everyone deserves, but you don't even want to respect that your son chose to marry me. You don't even treat me like you should treat any acquaintance, even though we're supposed to be family. All I did tonight was try and use the bath, and you got mad and punched me in the stomach. You think I owe you respect? All you get is a restraining order with an attitude like that. There's something wrong with the sense of entitlement you have, and it's clear to anyone that you're in the wrong here. Maybe you should calm down and think about what you've done, and you'll realize that you've messed up. While you're at it, why don't you think of an apology? If it's sincere enough, maybe I'll rethink the order. Oh, now you're showing your true colors. I let you talk, and all you do is insult me. Apology? Why should I be apologizing to you? I haven't done anything wrong. You're the one that tried using the bath in my house, even though you're a stranger, without permission. What's wrong with me stopping you? It's my house. Without permission? I only tried using the bath because Mel said I could use it before going to bed. I would never barge into someone else's bath without asking first. I was offered it. Also, I've used the bath in this house before, and you didn't make such a big deal out of it then. And stopping me? With your fist? You can't just ask me not to use your bathroom like an adult? I would have just gone to bed without a bath if you had asked nicely, since I'm not as childish as you are. But instead, you came into the bathroom when I was changing, grabbed at me, and punched me. What is the matter with you? I can only think that you've got some serious issues that you need to sort out. Have you ever considered taking anger management classes? Because I'd be really grateful if you could start taking them. If I had asked you not to use the bath, then it would make me seem like I was the bad person in that situation. You would have gone to complain to my son and husband that I was being mean to you and act like the victim. Don't you understand something that simple? You're completely at fault in this situation regardless. I can't believe you could have done something so unacceptable. I can't take dealing with you anymore. I've been really patient with you, Sophia. But you've been way too horrible and much too rude. I'm not going to take any more disrespect. I don't think anyone can blame me for being so angry. To be honest, I don't think anyone could blame me if I hit you back involuntarily. But unlike you, I don't believe violence is the answer. I want you to be able to understand that what you did was wrong, and I would never be able to do that if I had acted on impulse and stooped down to your level. Excuse me? I'm at fault. Even though you're the one that used my bath? How many times do I have to tell you that you're just a stranger in this house, and you don't get to use this house like the rest of us do? What's so bad about me disciplining you for not listening to what I said? You're like a dog that peed on the floor. You need to be taught a lesson. A dog? My God. You're going to regret ever having said that, and ever having punched me. What? Are you threatening me? What are you going to do? What on earth do you think you can do? I'm really pissed off right now, so you better not test me. I'm going to tell your entire family what you did. There's no way Tom or Ted or Melissa will want to stay with you after they hear what you've done. I'm going to get my revenge for the way you treated me, and you're going to be a very lonely old woman. Oh, really? Try it. There's nothing you can hold against me. They're my family, and there's no way that they'll choose you over me. I came first. Ted's my husband, and Tom and Melissa are my children. They'll support what I did, and they won't ever side with a stranger like you. Do you know why? Because they're not your family. You're just a stranger. This is my house and my family. I come first. You know what? I've had enough talking sense into you. I'm going home. But you better prepare yourself. I'm not going to forget about this, and I'm not going to let you get away with it. I've had enough of keeping quiet about the things you've said and done to me up until now. I thought it was best not to say anything so that it wouldn't ruin your relationship with Tom, but you've gone and blown it up yourself. When he finds out what you've done, you'll be sorry. I don't think we'll ever meet again. Goodbye. Mia? Mia, answer me! You've got to come back. Where are you? Hurry up and get back here, right now, Mia. Would you please stop messaging me? I'm ignoring your messages for a reason, and ordering me around isn't going to help anything. I have no obligation to listen to anything you say to me. Actually, I never had any obligation to, so you should be thankful that I was so reasonable up until now. If you're going to complain about the stuff I left there, I'm going to go and collect it when I go to pick Tom up. So would you please give it a rest? I don't want to see you, and I don't even want to talk to you. So if you'll excuse me, I'm busy. Wait, Mia, you've got to come back. You've got to come back right now or I'll get kicked out. Stop pouting and get back here. Hurry up. Why should I come back? You say that I'm pouting when I'm rightfully angry with you for punching me, and you have the nerve to think that you can order me around? Why should I do anything for you? You haven't even apologized for what you've done. As long as you think you haven't done anything wrong, I don't feel comfortable talking to you. What? You expect me to apologize to you? For what? Why should I? You're the one that should be apologizing to me for making me the bad person. Oh well, that's a shame. If you don't even want to try apologizing, there's no reason for me to come back. I guess it's difficult for someone as self-centered as you to understand when you've done something bad. Well, it's not like I would have forgiven you that easily after everything I've had to suffer. The best thing for me to do is just keep a distance and prioritize myself. I've got to put my physical and mental health first. Who the hell do you think you are? You think I owe you an apology? And you say that you wouldn't have forgiven me anyway? Since when do I have to ask for your forgiveness? I'm your mother-in-law. You owe me respect. If I tell you to do something, you should shut up and do it. So shut up and come back right now. I'm ordering you. How many times do I have to tell you before you listen to me? You're the one that told me to get out, remember? I was happy to do as you said then because I didn't even want to look at you, but now I don't have to listen to a word you say. I don't have to listen to anything you order me to do, especially if everything you say is contradictory. You contradicting yourself just shows how unreasonable and selfish you are, and I've had enough of it. I'm not coming back. I know that I'm contradicting myself, but I really do need you to come back or I'm in a lot of trouble. You've got to help me, so come back. My husband's angry with me. He says that if I don't get you to come back, he'll kick me out. But why? I don't understand. Why is my husband siding with you? He should be agreeing with me. He's my husband. You must have seduced him. I know it. You're capable of doing something disgusting like that. It's the only way I can make sense of why he's so fond of you. Seriously? How much more nonsense are you going to talk? First of all, when he said to get me to come back, I think he meant for you to apologize. Second of all, I have not seduced your husband. I think the main reason why he's so fond of me is because I've been helping to pay the loans on your house. And because Tom and Melissa also sided with me too. What? I've been paying the loans for the house you've been living in. I think that means that it's pretty much my house. Though, of course, I don't want to think of it like that. I don't want Ted to feel that he owes me anything. But no matter how much I tell him that I don't want him to make a big deal out of it, he's too kind. I think that explains why he's always favoring me and wants to treat me to dinner at your house. That's why he treats me especially well, and why you might thought it was strange that he was favoring me. But I haven't seduced him. You should think a little more before making ridiculous accusations like that. What? You mean that you're the one that's been paying for the house? The house I'm living in? This house? Are you being serious? Ted had some problems with his business a year or so ago and was in a lot of debt. It was too much for him to handle the loans and the debt all by himself.
So Tom and I spoke with him, and I offered to pay the loans on his behalf until he clears up his debt. He said that it would take a few years for him to pay back the debt, but he promised that he would pay me back. So it was decided that I would take over paying for your house. Ted himself insisted that I use your house as if it were my own home, and I think that's why he wants me to visit more often, so I can relax and put my feet up. Unfortunately, it's had the opposite effect. But he never told me that he had gotten into debt because of his business. Why wouldn't he have told me? I bet you're just lying to make me feel like I owe you that apology. Why should I believe you when Ted hasn't told me himself? I never knew anything about his business failing. I'm not lying to you. If you don't know anything about your husband's business, that's your problem. You've got to talk to Ted about that. Or maybe Ted felt that he couldn't tell you. I don't know. It just shows that there's a lack of trust in your relationship with your own husband. Oh, that reminds me. You were saying something about my parents not raising me properly earlier? Well, I'd like to say something more about that. I think you've met my parents before on several different occasions, and you know what kind of people they are and the work they do. You know that they own a company, and that I'm helping out with running it. I should let you know that they're the reason why I was able to help Ted out with his financial problems. You owe my parents just as much as Ted does, and yet you insulted them in their child-raising methods and insulted me. I would never hold this over Ted, but you've gone way too far with your attitude. I didn't know. Yeah, and I'm sure that your attitude wouldn't be any different towards me even if you did know. But regardless of what my parents had done for you, you should have never treated me like that. I just want you to know how much you've embarrassed Ted by acting like such a selfish child towards me, someone he feels he owes so much to. Do you finally understand why Ted's so angry with you? I don't blame him for making you apologize and ordering you to get me to come back to the house. I do. So will you please come back? Now he's angry about me punching you. He's been shouting at me why on earth I thought violence was the answer. He won't calm down, no matter how much I try to explain what happened. Why does he even know about me punching you? He and Tom were watching the game when that happened. I thought he wouldn't realize. You thought it would be okay as long as he didn't realize? How naive can you get? I called Tom and told him what happened. You're going to answer for this. What? Why would you do something like that? Now it really does look like I'm the bad person here. Stop playing the victim and tell them what really happened. Tell them how you are flouncing about acting like you could do whatever you like in my house. All I did was punish you for that. I'm pregnant. Excuse me? I'm pregnant. You punched a pregnant woman in the stomach. That's why I left in a hurry, so that I could go to the hospital and see if everything was okay. Why wouldn't I call Tom and tell him what happened? Do you understand how serious this is? You're lucky that I didn't have to call him to tell him that I had a miscarriage. If I lost the baby, I would have come back to the house and torn you apart. But now I know everything's okay. I'm going to keep it that way. I'm not going anywhere near you. I didn't know that. How was I supposed to know? You never told us you were going to have a baby. It's not my fault. If I had known you were pregnant, I would have never punched you in the stomach. I swear! You've got to come back! But you would have punched me elsewhere, I guess. Whether I'm pregnant or not, you shouldn't have punched me. End of discussion. Tom and I were planning on announcing the news tomorrow morning after breakfast. That's why I thought I should endure the night to get the announcement over and done with, because we wanted to tell you all in person. But that's impossible with you. Punching me was your choice and your mistake. It's all your own responsibility, and you've got to pay for it. I wouldn't be surprised if Ted decided he wanted to have a divorce. Tom says that his dad is pretty upset, especially because he had to find out about his first grandchild like this. Ted would never ask me for a divorce. He wouldn't do that. We've been married for over 20 years. I know he's upset, but that's because he doesn't understand. If he listens to what I have to say, then he'll understand. He won't even look at me, and he keeps on moving rooms when I go near him.
I'm just waiting for him to calm down before I try to talk to him again. Until then, would you just come back? I'm sure he'll be in a much better mood if he sees that I've managed to bring you back. It looks like this has all been a big misunderstanding. So if we could just talk this all through, I'm sure we can get along. Get along? Even though you won't apologize for punching me? I don't have anything to say to you. You're a danger to me and my baby. That's all I have to say. A danger? Mia, you're overreacting. I didn't know you were pregnant. I wouldn't have done anything if I knew. I don't care. Say all the excuses you want, but there's nothing that will make me change my mind. You should think about what you've done and think about how wrong it was for you to punch me, regardless of whether I was pregnant or not. I've tried a lot these past few years to talk things through, to just obediently do everything you say and keep my distance. But no matter what, it hasn't been enough to get you to accept that I've married your son. I don't think that I have the time or energy to waste on you anymore. I'd rather put all of that into raising my baby into a person that respects other people. Up until now, you've done a good job of hiding your true nature from your son and husband, but now you revealed everything to them yourself. Now you'll just reap what you've sown. All the things that you've said to me, the chores you forced me to do and complained about, the insults, they're all going to come back to haunt you. Don't say that. We can talk about this. I'm sure that we can be good friends if we just try and meet each other halfway. You can't give up on having a good relationship with your mother-in-law like that. I didn't know you were pregnant, but I'm so happy to hear such good news. I want to hear more about the baby. When did you realize you were pregnant? When the doctor thinks it's due? Please, talk to me. And I'm grateful that you helped my husband when he needed it. I didn't know, but now I do. I'm aware that we owe you so much. I was wrong about you for being a terrible daughter-in-law, and I want us to get along. Please, this is all just a misunderstanding. I want us to be friends, so please, come back and let's start over. You can't just ignore me forever. I want to be part of your lives and to help take care of the baby when it's born. No, thank you. You don't have to be that stubborn. You've got to understand that I'm making an effort to reach out to you. And what about the effort I've made up until now? You didn't think much of that, did you? Besides, even Tom has had enough of you. Neither of us thought that you could go this far, so it's not his fault, but he's shocked and ashamed that you could have hit me like that. He's upset that he didn't realize before it happened, but now he's realized that he needs to make his priorities clear. He agrees that I shouldn't come back there. So stop messaging me. We don't want anything to do with you. I'm sorry. I really am. I'll apologize as much as you want me to, so please don't cut me out of your lives. You finally feel like apologizing? It's too little too late. That punch was the straw on the camel's back. Goodbye, Sophia. I don't want you coming near me or my family, and of course that means you can't meet your grandchild. But I guess you must be really glad that it turned out the way you wanted it to. Now we really are strangers. In the end, Sophia not only lost the chance to bond with her daughter-in-law, but she also lost her own son, who announced that he wanted to cut ties with her. She also lost her chance to meet her first grandchild. No matter how much she begged him, Tom refused to tell her when the baby was due, and he left his parents' house before she could ask anything more. Ted was furious that she hadn't apologized to Mia properly, and demanded a divorce. He was ashamed that she could have treated Mia so badly and criticized her for not making her feel welcome. He wouldn't listen when she cried and wailed at him to forgive her, and only said that as long as Mia couldn't forgive her, he didn't want to even look at her. Their daughter Melissa had heard everything that happened from her brother, and she was appalled that her mother could do something so low. She was told that she didn't deserve to stay in the house that Mia had paid for after the way she treated her, and ended up being kicked out of the house by both her husband and her daughter, and was told to never come back. The night she was kicked out of the house was the coldest night of the year, and she had nowhere else to go, so she used all the money she had on her to get to her son's house in the hope that she could talk to Mia again.
When she turned up on their doorstep, they refused to let her in and told her to leave. She begged them to at least let her use their bath so that she could warm up after coming so far. But, unsurprisingly, their reply was negative. They both answered that they didn't want to let a stranger use their bath, and Sophia was shut out of their home. She cried and pleaded with them to open the door, but nobody would come. I don't know what she expected. It was her own fault for the way she behaved towards Mia, and crying wouldn't fix anything. The only thing Sophia could do now was reflect on her actions. As for Mia, the doctors let her know that the impact of the punch didn't have any effect on the baby, and assured her that the bruising she had would disappear in a few days. A few months later, she gave birth to a healthy, beautiful baby, and her family and Tom's family all celebrated the birth with dinner at Ted's house. Unfortunately for Sophia, the invitation to see the baby never came.
Hey, Mom, are you there? I just really wanted to say that we were really grateful for you making it to our wedding. I'm really sorry that we hardly had any time to talk about anything at the wedding itself. It was one of the best, most happiest days of my entire life. And it still all feels like such a blur when I stop to think about it.
Oh, Max, you have no idea how proud I was just to see you standing up at the altar. I know how busy you were the whole day. It took me back to when I got married, too, but don't you worry about not talking to me more. I know how much you must have had on your mind, son. For the record, though, I thought the wedding was just fantastic and really lovely. I was so happy that I could be there for you.
It really makes me so happy to hear you say those things, Mom. Thank you again so much. I also just wanted to let you know that I was going to take off some time next month from work so that I could visit home and we can spend more time together.
Oh, Max, you don't have to go and do something like that just for me, you know. I mean, you've just gotten married. I'm sure that you're still so busy. Not to mention the fact that you probably want to spend more time with Laura, don't you? I wouldn't mind at all if you went and spent some time with her and her family before you took the time to come and talk with me.
But, Mom, your birthday is coming up soon. Do you really think that I would ever want to miss something like that? It's no trouble at all.
You even remembered my birthday? Oh, I'm just amazed at how lucky I am to have you as a son sometimes. Thank you so much for saying something. Even I sometimes forget when my birthday is even. I pay so little attention to it.
Well, you know that I would never forget something as important as my mom's birthday. I mean, I do always help you celebrate every single year, don't I? Normally, Toby and I are always sending out a birthday card that we both signed. But I think this year you're going to be getting one from Laura and I instead.
You know that you really don't have to go and send me something. I know that you remember my birthday, and that's enough for me. Besides, I'm already so old and have had enough birthdays. You don't need to worry about an old lady like me.
Don't be silly, Mom. You're my mother. And I want to let you know just how grateful I am to have you in my life. I mean, you raised Toby and I as a single mother. And now that I'm an adult, I can really start to realize just how difficult that must have been. But I want you to know that I'll never ever forget what you did for us in the family, and that I'll always be there for you.
Max, I really am just so proud of you, son. Thank you so much. But I also want you to know that I hope you don't think you have to do this to be a good son to me. I want you to know that the best thing you could do for me is to live a long and happy life with a family of your own. That's all I've ever wanted for you.
Well, don't go talking as if you're not long for this world either. You still have plenty of years ahead, and I plan on doing all that I can to make them fulfilling for you. And so you better look forward to your birthday this year, okay? I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to see you on the day since it's a weekday, but I will see you soon after that, and we'll go out and celebrate then.
Please, Max, I am telling you that you really don't have to go through the trouble just for me. You just worry about finding enough time in your schedule for me, but don't go forcing yourself to make a visit to me if it's too difficult. You're married with a wife now, and you need to make sure that you're spending enough time with her as well, okay? I know that I'm your family too, but you have responsibilities, and I won't be the reason why you step away from them.
Okay, Mom, you're right. And I really appreciate you always giving me good advice like that, by the way. Anyways, you'll be hearing from me soon, okay? Looking forward to seeing you when I do.
I'll look forward to it, but just don't push yourself too much. I know that you're busy with your job, so make sure you're focusing on that as well. And don't forget that you're married now, too. You can't just be working overtime all the time now. You have to spend some time with your new wife.
Oh, I think that Laura's going to be just okay now with how things are, actually. She's wanted to be a housewife for a while now, and I think she's happy to have her chance. If I'm being honest, she still has a long way to go in terms of being able to actually take care of the house well, but I know that she's trying, and that's all that matters to me. The only thing is that she doesn't quite seem to have budgeting and now how to spend smartly down just yet, but we're working on it.
Well, if that's the case, then make sure that you spend enough time with Laura so that you two can communicate about that, okay? Even if you've known the person for a long time, marrying them can still present a lot of new changes and challenges, and it's important to approach those as a couple. So if you're having money problems, make sure that you're patient enough with Laura to explain to her what you want in a way that she can understand and contribute to as well, okay?
Of course, Mom, and I really appreciate your input. Those are all important things to keep in mind when moving ahead. I don't think we've really gotten upset with each other about it yet, but I'll remember to keep a cool head. I think we just need to talk about some spending habits is all.
Well, that makes sense. Just remember that you two have never lived together before, right? So before you really only had to worry about earning and spending for yourself, but now that you're a family, there's the two of you plus the future to think about. She might just need some time to adjust to all of this.
You're absolutely right, Mom. This is all really good advice for me, and I won't let it go to waste. Thanks so much for listening to my problems and for giving your input. I'll be talking to Laura about all that you said here.
That's my boy. I'm sure that you two will be just fine, okay? Now, you go and have a nice rest of your night.
Hi there, Mom. I'm just messaging you right now to wish you a very happy birthday. I'm sorry that I'm sending this message so late, but I had a rushed morning and then was at work for a long time. I just got out of the office now, so that's why I'm sending the message at this time. By the way, did the birthday package from Laura and I arrive at your house?
Yes, it did arrive.
Oh, that's just great to hear. I'm so happy it got there on your birthday. I was worried that it wasn't going to make it on time. And then I was thinking all day about whether or not it had arrived since I hadn't heard anything from you.
Well, I have to say, I was quite surprised at what was inside when I opened it up.
You're kidding me. Did we really surprise you? And here I thought we were getting you something that you'd been wanting for a long time. By the way, don't worry about the price at all. I know it might be a bit shocking, but it's your birthday, and we just wanted to give back to you.
Oh yes, the price. That was another thing about your gift that just really shocked me.
Really? I didn't think you'd be that thrown off by our gift. We just had our wedding, so we had some extra money to use, and I wanted to make sure you knew how much you mean to me. Consider the gift a way of saying thank you for all the hard work that you've done in raising Toby and I. I know how hard your life must have been and how we probably didn't make it easier on you most days. So I just really wanted you to get that gift and know how I felt.
And so that's all the meaning behind this old moldy slice of cake that you've sent me?
Wait, what? What do you mean, moldy slice of cake?
I mean, that's why I was so surprised. Everything arrived in this great big box and I was a bit confused. But then I opened up the lovely pack and inside was a piece of moldy, stinky birthday cake. I have no idea just where you even got a cake like that. And the letter that came with it basically said something to the effect of you never wanted to talk to me ever again. That's why I was so shocked. I actually cried for the first time in I don't know how long because of what you sent me.
Wait, what? I don't understand. What do you mean? Did you really get that in the mail? You thought that we sent you that?
What are you talking about? It has your name on the return address. How could you do this to me, Max? How could you do this to your own mother on her birthday? I thought that I raised you better than this. We had such a lovely conversation the other day, and this is how you show your gratitude? I just don't even know what to say.
Wait, no, there has to be some kind of mistake here. This isn't right.
What mistake could there be? You've made what you want to say to me very clear with your gift and letter. What else did I miss?
I mean that I didn't send you a rotten piece of cake or write that letter. Something is going on here. I would never in a million years send you something like that. I did send you a dessert, but it was a fresh piece of cake from a nice bakery. And the other gift we sent you was a really pretty watch that we shelled out a lot for. I remember that you're always talking about losing track of time and that the strap on your old watch was falling apart. So I wanted to give you a new one that looks really nice.
Well, I didn't get any kind of watch or cake. I just got all this. What is going on here?
I have no idea, but I promise to you that I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Unless... I think I might know.
Hey, Laura, are you there? I really need to ask you something about the gift that you and Max sent me the other day. Did you by chance happen to send me a really old piece of cake? I mean, like, rotten and moldy old.
Oh no, did my little secret finally slip out? I was wondering when you were going to find out, but I just wanted to make sure that you knew how Max and I really felt about you, so I made some changes to your gift.
What is the matter with you? Is this supposed to be some kind of sick prank or something like that?
I just wanted to let you know how sick we are of you always interfering in our lives, Mary.
You mean that you really did this on purpose?
Of course I did. You think a mistake like that would ever really happen? Of course I sent you all of that on purpose.
I don't know what to say to that. Here I was just trying to confirm with you about what happened, but I had no idea that you disliked me so much.
Of course I dislike you. I hate you, in fact. Just why do you think you'd be worthy of getting such an expensive present, huh? I was so shocked and disgusted when Max told me what he was getting for you. I can't believe he spent so much money.
You know, I had no idea at all what it was that he was going to send me in the first place. And when I told Max just what had come in the mail, he was shocked to hear what I had told him as well. Even after we were on the same page, he was sure that there was some kind of mistake that had happened.
Well, there was no mistake about it at all. I just plain hate you, and that's why I sent you what I did. So I hope you enjoyed your birthday cake. And I hope you got the message. He and I want nothing to do with you ever again as long as we live. Do you understand?
So then you admit you were the one that switched out my real birthday gift with an old moldy piece of birthday cake? How could you do that to someone, even if you do dislike them? And I know for a fact that my son knew nothing about this at all, so the only one who has a problem with me is you. Isn't that right?
It's true. Max had no idea about any of this, but even he went way too far buying you such an expensive gift. What was he thinking with that? A watch like that would look way too fancy on a poor little nobody like you. So I took the watch that he gave you and I sold it online to make myself back some of our money that Max wasted on you.
You have got to be kidding me. You mean that you took the present that Max bought for me and you just turned around and sold it? I'm afraid that you are not the person that I thought you were at all. I had no idea you were capable of doing such horrible things.
Aw, are you mad because you'll have to keep using your crappy little watch? You think I care at all about how you feel? Get real. I don't care how upset you are now that you know just how much I really hate you. I never want you to bother Max and I ever again, as long as you live. Do you understand me? And I never want Max to waste another cent on a no-good lost cause like you.
I have no idea what you're talking about at all. Why is it any concern of yours if Max chooses to use his own money to buy me something nice?
It matters because we're married now, and that means that his money is also mine. And I'm not going to see my money wasted on a parasite like you. I also want you to know that when you're all old and gray, Max and I aren't going to do anything to take care of you. You'll be on your own forever.
So you're telling me that you just want me to disappear from my own son's life? Do you really think that it's even that simple? I mean, I'm his mother, for crying out loud. You think I can just up and disappear without a trace? Get real.
Well, it's exactly what I expect you to do. If you have any complaints about it, you can save it. One of the whole reasons why I married Max in the first place was because I could tell that he was going to be making a ton of money in the future. But now that I'm married to him, I realize that he has you sucking up all of his money the moment he even makes any. You're nothing but a vampire.
You really think that I need my son's money to survive? You have no idea what you're talking about at all. But I have had just about enough of all this rudeness from you. Just where do you get off talking to your mother-in-law like this?
You think I care at all what some single mother has to say to me?
You're a nobody. If you were somebody, then you wouldn't have been left all alone to raise 2 children on your own. It's already clear that you're not somebody worth having around and never will be. The next chance I get, I'm going to erase your number from Max's phone. So don't go telling him anything about this conversation, or else I am going to make things so much worse for you. Do you understand me? I have no idea why you're so set on trying to get me out of the picture anyways. I mean, just what did I even do to you to make you act this way? If you're really so concerned about the money, then I can just talk to Max and tell him to not buy me any more gifts. You say that now, but who knows in the future when you'll really need money for all your elderly expenses. We won't give you a cent, got it? All that money is mine. Do you hear me? It's all mine. So the only reason that you even married my son in the first place was for his money? Is that really what you're telling me right now? Of course that's the main reason why I married him. What other reason would I have to marry Max, huh? Why else does anyone marry anyone if not for the money, huh? I understand that may be something people consider before they get married, but that shouldn't be the main reason why you marry someone. And this is my son that we're talking about. Do you really think that you can get away with talking about him like this? I don't care at all what you say, because I know that I can make Max do whatever I want. I've come this far in marrying him for his money, and my only mistake was forgetting that you were here. So why don't you just take the message that I sent you and leave us alone forever? You really are just terrible, you know that? How could you marry my son and then try to cut him off from the rest of his family? You have no respect for anyone, and you're one of the most selfish people that I've ever met. There is not a single thing that I can respect you for. I already told you that I don't care at all what you think. The best thing that you can do right now, if you want to save yourself a world of pain, is just disappear forever. Then I can finally rest easy knowing that the person using up all my precious money will finally be out of my life. I want to be a housewife, but I don't want to be a nurse, and I will never, ever take care of my mother-in-law in the future. And just who even asked you to do something like that for me in the first place? Nobody yet, but I'm not stupid. I know that housewives get asked to take care of their mothers-in-law all the time when she gets old. This is all part of my plan to set up my perfect life now so that I don't have to worry about how to deal with you in the future. If I can get rid of you now, then we won't have to think about you down the road. Laura, I am only 50 years old, and it's going to be a long, long time before I need any kind of nursing. Do you realize that? Besides, I do have Max's brother and other family that I can call on if it's really such an upsetting concept for you. Wait, what? You mean you're fine just asking your family for help instead of me? Well, I guess I just never thought of that. But now I see that you were only ever marrying my son for his money. You've really left me with no other choice but to go to him and tell him all about what you've told me. Wait, what? No, you can't do that. You can't just share this private conversation with him. Actually, I can, and I've already taken screenshots of you saying that you could control him however you saw fit. So I am sure that you will be hearing from him soon, asking to talk to you. Hold on, no, wait, this is all just a joke. The cake was just a funny prank, I swear. Just who are you trying to fool with that? And it really is such a shame, too, given that you and Max just got married. Oh well, better that this all ends now before it went any further, if you ask me. In the end, I talked to Max and showed him the kinds of messages that Laura was sending me. He was shocked to see such words being sent from his own wife. When he tried talking to Laura about it, she tried making up some lie to tell him, but he could see right through her. They got into a big fight, and finally Max demanded that they get a divorce. In the alimony talks, Max made sure that Laura would have to pay for the watch that she sold online, and he used the money to buy me a second watch.
Tomorrow is going to be your first time coming to my parents' house. So are you worried? I have to work in the morning, so I won't be able to come along with you on that flight. But I'll be over later, so just hang out with my parents while you guys wait for me. I think they'll all have things for you to do there, and it'll be a good chance for you guys to talk about me behind my back.
Of course I'm a bit nervous. This will be my first time meeting your mom, as well as going to your parents' house in general. I really wish you were able to come with me on the flight over, though. I'll probably be sweating the whole flight just thinking about how things will go and if they'll be happy with me or not.
Well, even if I could come with, my mom told me that she wants to talk with you one-on-one for a bit. So I'm sorry, but she's going to get what she wants this time.
That right there makes me really nervous to see her. But I get it. This will be her first time seeing me as well. And since I have the day off work, there's no reason I can't go early and see her. But man, am I sweating over this.
You'll only be there for a few hours by yourself, so don't worry too much. And later in the day, your parents will be coming over, right? They'll have all of that business talk with my dad, so I'm sure that my mom knows not to get too out of control with you.
Yeah, that's the plan anyway. But it would be a whole lot better if they came over at the same time as me. At least then they could get all that business talk over with before you come, and then I won't have to feel as worried about what kind of interrogation they give me today.
Well, my dad's really looking forward to seeing you, Rose. He told me that he wants to show you around my hometown a little as well, before your parents come. And that he'd probably do that with you after picking you up from the airport, and before you all go back to the house. I think that'll help you relax a bit, and they're close to the beach, so you can probably go out and dip your feet in for a bit. And also, if you can't become close with my mom, that would be wonderful. She is a bit rough on people at first, so I'm a little concerned about that. But if you do get to be really close, then I will never have to think about you both getting into fights, like mother-in-laws always get into on those TV dramas.
Telling me that now is only going to get my heart racing even faster. Now I feel even more like she'll find problems with me when I speak to her. I should call them when I get to the airport, right? Then they'll come and pick me up from there, right?
They told me that they'd be waiting there before you even arrive, so you shouldn't have to wait for them to come get you. My mom and dad are really looking forward to seeing you. I'm sure when you get there, they'll have a sign with your name on it for you and everything.
Well, I hope that's true, and tell them thank you for waiting on me. But there's always the chance that the plane will be late, so maybe it's best they wait a little bit before coming.
Well, you could tell my parents that before you go then. They said they'll be tracking your flight, so they'll know the time it comes into the airport, even if there's a delay or anything like that. But if it'll relax you a little bit, you could tell them what to do. Anyway, have a safe flight tomorrow, okay?
Thank you, Nathan, and you too. As for the time you'll be arriving at the airport, that should be around 11 a.m., right? Good afternoon, Mom. Yes, that should be the right time. Could you please not call me Mom yet? I am not your mom or anything like that to you. Huh? Oh, right. I'm so sorry. Tomorrow is looking to be a very hot day here, and it's the 4th of July, a day in which families should be together, yet we have to come and get you. That'll take a lot of time and be a pain in the butt for me. What? Is that right? I'm really sorry about that. If you'd like, I can find a way to make it to your guys' house by myself. That might be the right move, Rose. Well, we'll see about that tomorrow. Understood. I'm sorry if me coming out tomorrow causes any troubles for you, but I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Rose, do you really think you can be married to my son? What? I'm sorry, but what do you mean by that? I assumed that since my son chose you, you'd be a very outstanding person. But you don't work for any major company, nor do you even have a proper job of your own. If anything, you're going to give up whatever income you have and become a housewife leeching off my son, right? Do you think I'll allow you to use my son and become a part of my family that way? I'm sure you have your eyes set on us because my husband runs his own company, am I right? Hold on for one moment. What are you talking about right now? I think you have some kind of misunderstanding because that's not at all what I planned for. So you're telling me you never knew that my husband has his own company? I know about that, but there we go then. My son never listened to me about people like you being in this world, and that's because you already have a hold on him. What do you mean that there are people like me in this world? The trash that only looks to marry for others' money. You think I'm after your guys' money? I've been dating your son now for 3 years. I can understand you thinking something like that could be possible, but I am not that kind of person, Kelly. Who knows? But be aware that I have no plans of becoming family to you. However, if you say anything about this to my son, I'll make sure there's hell to pay. Don't you ever do anything to make my family upset, okay? I don't plan to say anything to upset your family, but for the time being, I look forward to seeing both you and your husband tomorrow. We haven't had the chance to meet one another yet, so it's great to see that we'll finally all be able to get to know each other. And since it appears there are a few misunderstandings, I'll try my best to clear everything up between us. I had planned to give you a call to let you know that I'm here. Where are you guys right now? I did come a bit early, so if you're not here just yet, don't worry. I'll be waiting a little bit for my bag to come out. We are not going to get you. What? I do not accept you as my family, and I will not let you be my son's wife. Are you really saying that you're not going to pick me up from the airport then? Also, you are aware that Nathan and I have already legally married one another and have our certificate, right? We had planned to come out to your guys' house for the 4th and we could celebrate as a family there. That doesn't mean a thing. I do not want you to be a part of this family. And that also means I don't approve of you being my son's wife. So, since you're just a stranger to me, you will not be getting any car ride back to my house. Why would anyone take a stranger back to their house anyway? If you really want to be here with us, show me your determination and walk all the way to our house under the blistering sun. Hold on for a second. You want me to walk to your house when it's this hot out? I understand now that you don't want to come here to get me, but I can still get a taxi to take me there, right? Nope. What? If you do something like that, then you're definitely never going to get my approval to marry my son. Come here with your own strength and show me how much you want to be in this family. Are you seriously saying all that right now? That's quite a long distance to your house from here. Should only take you an hour and a half to get here if you hustle, right? Do you not want my approval, Rose? Even if you say you're my son's wife, to me you're just a complete stranger, and my husband and I don't give rides to complete strangers. You are going to walk under the scorching sun from the airport, or else you'll lose any chance of becoming part of the family. All right. Then I'll be waiting for you. I understand that you won't accept me any other way, so I'll start walking, but is this really what you want from me? Just hurry up and start walking. If you can't make it in time for lunch, you'll have to wait until dinner to eat. Okay then, I'll be on my way over right now. I'm walking right now. What do you want? You have called me almost 200 times now, and my voicemail is full. Rose, where are you right now? I told you that I'm walking and still a ways away from your house. I'm going to come to you as soon as I can, so please tell me what street you're on. Why are you saying that now? Could this be because you heard about how I've been supporting your husband's company financially with over $300,000 now? What $300,000? What are you talking about? So you haven't heard about that from your husband yet then, huh? Then why are you trying to get a hold of me so frantically? My husband has started to worry about why you're not at our house yet, so I'm worked up now. I told him that when I went to go and get you without him, I wasn't able to find you and came back home. And he became frustrated with me because he expected that I look for you if you weren't there waiting for me. Well, he is right to be frustrated by that. Normally, you'd never just get up and go home without the person you came out to get, right? But really, you didn't even come to the airport to get me in the first place. And what's this about you financing my husband's company? I haven't heard anything about that from him yet. Well, my family's company has been working to help finance your husband's company for a bit now. And my parents were actually planning to come out here later today on a separate flight to see you both. Wait, does that all have to do with why my husband told me he needed to run into his office and gather a lot of paperwork today? I'm sure that was all to prepare for seeing my parents in person this time. They've already decided on helping your husband's company out, but there are still talks about how much we'll give. And today was supposed to be the day that something like that was decided on. That's probably why your husband had to run to his office and prepare the documents needed for said meeting, right? While your husband has been busy with all of that, I was planning on having you get me from the airport, but you never came. I'm sure he's worried now about how things will play out with my parents now.
Well, I never knew anything about that. Since when did you all start talking about helping him with his company?
Whether you knew about it before this or not, things wouldn't have changed. What you've done to me today has really shaped the future between us and opened my eyes to the true you. Anyway, I'm going to take my time walking over. It's super hot out and I'm getting tired, but...
He's still asking me why you haven't arrived yet, and it's a problem for me now.
A problem for you? This is what you wanted to happen, right?
It was, but I didn't actually consider something like that happening.
Maybe you should just tell your husband the truth then? Tell him that you told me you'd come and get me, but when I arrived at the airport, you took back your word and said that I needed to walk to your house.
I never meant it as a bad thing towards you or anything.
Well, if this wasn't done out of hate towards me, then why did you do it? I think it's best you tell your husband that you demanded that I walk to your house all the way from the airport. I'm sorry, but I don't believe there's anyone that would ask that from someone with any reasoning besides bullying the person they've asked.
Are you trying to mess with me right now? There's no way I could say something like that to him. If I were to, what would he end up saying back to me?
I believe that it's you that's been messing with me, Kelly.
Huh?
Are you still not aware that everything you've been saying today has been you trying to make me suffer? Well, it doesn't matter what your real intentions were for this because everyone will soon find out what you did to me.
What are you talking about, Rose?
I'm saying that if I'm asked about what happened to me today, I'm telling them the truth.
Who will you tell that to?
Well, to your husband and Nathan. If they ask why I was so late in arriving at your house, I'll tell them the truth. And I'll show them all the texts you sent me.
What? You plan to say such needless things to them?
These are very important things that I'll be telling them since they're all the truth. I'm not doing any of this to spite you. Rather, I'm just giving them the true answer.
Please, don't say a thing about this. If either of those two find out, I'll be in huge trouble.
Well, if this were going to get you into huge trouble, then you never should have done it in the first place. But you've already gone through with it, so it's over for you.
But I'm telling you that I'll come and get you now. All you have to do is tell me where you're at and everything will be fine, right?
Even if you do plan to come get me, it's far too late. I've already walked this far because of you, so your intentions are well known. I'm going to continue walking all the way there just so I can savor the hate I have for you.
I'm telling you that you don't need to walk anymore. I'll come out and get you.
You told me to walk an hour and a half through this horrible summer heat, and now you want to stop me halfway and come get me? It's too late for you, Kelly. You've said more than enough now.
I never knew anything about you and your family, though, so I didn't think you could do anything to me. Please allow me to come and get you. And then you won't have to tell my husband and son anything unnecessary.
I get that you're in a panic and want to come get me, but you demanded that I do this, so I'll go until the end. Even if that leads to your husband and Nathan learning the truth and getting pissed at you, that'll have nothing to do with me.
Please don't say things like that. I'll be in huge trouble if they find out.
Well, you asked for it. And now you've gotten what you wished for, and you have to be there to bear responsibility for it.
Rose, I'm so sorry. I apologize for being such a jerk to you today. Can you please agree to keep this one event a secret between us?
No thanks.
Why not? I'm not even asking much from you right now. Do you really think you can say no to that?
I do, actually. I have a right to say no to you now. What you've done today has shown me your true character, and so I can do whatever I want with that knowledge now. And along with that, I don't have to care about what you think about my actions because you never bothered to hide your true self from me. I really did want to become close to you and all, but I can see that that's not what you wanted.
That's not true. I do want to become close to you, Rose. It's not too late for the both of us to become really good in-laws.
It is too late. You made yourself believe that I was only in this for your guys' money. But if you heard about how my family is going to support your husband's company, you would have never thought to say that, right? Well, it's too late now. So now do your best and tell all of this to your husband and son for me. And if you won't, I promise I'll hold no truth back from them. In the end, Kelly's husband and son ended up learning the truth about what happened with Rose, and they proceeded to tear her a new one before getting into the car and heading on the road to go find Rose. They both called Rose a couple of times before she finally answered them. But by that point, she was already very close to the house, and so she had already been on the move for over an hour in the super hot heat. When they did get to her, she was covered in sweat and would later up having some horrible sunburns because she didn't even have any sunscreen on her at the time. After getting back to the house, everyone began to ask Kelly why she did this to Rose. But after she kept beating around the bush about it, the rest of the family banned her from joining them for dinner. They then left the house without Kelly and watched fireworks for the rest of the evening while helping rub some much-needed aloe all over Rose so the burns didn't bother her as much. Following the dinner and fireworks, though, everyone came back to the house where Kelly finally did tell everyone her reason for doing this to Rose, and that led to Nathan telling his mom he was cutting ties to her. He said that he could never have someone as his mother who would go to such lengths over such a pathetic excuse, and would make sure that she'd never have the chance to talk to Rose again. And as for her husband, he was appalled by her reasoning and told her that he'd be moving to a new house and away from her. Just as his son had said, he didn't want to give her the chance of coming around the family again, but also wanted to make sure that she didn't get in the way of the business he'd worked so hard for. Kelly then panicked and tried to apologize to everyone for what she'd done. But by that point, everyone only ignored her pleas for forgiveness and gave her the coldest shoulder. By that night, everyone had left the house and left Kelly there to go stay at a hotel near the airport, where her husband and Rose's parents could continue to talk about the financing in peace. Luckily for everyone, my parents did end up going through with the plans that had been made for helping finance the business and keeping it going, so there were no more worries there. Kelly really did take things too far this time, and now she's having to pay for it by not only losing her own family, but also losing any income into her life. As for what'll happen next to her, there's only anxiety surrounding it, I'm sure. But if I were her, I'd at least start by finding a job soon, or else those missed payments on the bills to that house will have her seeing a new world without a roof.
For you.